Hello guys and welcome back to the We Do Cool Shit podcast. I'm Brie, this is Mitch, and I'm excited for today to get Mitch in the hot seat and ask him all of your burning questions about audiology. Are you nervous?
Well, I saw what you put up. You put up a question box, which means it's unfiltered.
It is.
You know, and so I can only imagine that not everything's going to be nice.
Yes, you guys really have gone in with some of these questions, which is great because we actually love answering stuff like this. Mitch is an open book, like I said, on the question box. So I'm excited for this, right?
Let's go.
20 minutes, quick fire questions.
Is it good then bad, or is it just good and bad?
It's random.
Up?
It's an absolute mixed bag. Yeah.
Up and down. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I'm going to start with one that's like, I think it's not actually too like roasty. It's actually quite a good one. So what's something that's gone wrong at an event that a crowd never noticed?
Ooh. That they haven't noticed.
I feel like stuff sort of semi goes wrong all the time.
No, stuff goes wrong, but you know, the thing that comes to mind, which everyone noticed but became a part of, was remember when all the sound and lighting cut out at Net Sky Mardi Gras Queenstown?
Yes.
That was, sometimes you get those moments where something goes wrong and then everyone started singing and...
Yeah, it actually turned into a vibe.
It turned into a vibe, and I know you've seen some of those online, eh? It's viral moments where like the DJ's just completely dead and then everyone starts singing Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. No, that was good. And he went and like shook everyone's hands in the front row.
Oh, what a guy.
Stuff like that, is just mad.
The funny thing is, in the background, things go wrong all the time that people don't see, like consistently putting out fires. Like I've had headliners. So from a punter perspective, they say you're at Bay Dreams or whatever, they see a headliner come on 5 minutes late. They're like, oh, you know, he's just 5 minutes late. No, he was in 3 hours of traffic and missed a flight I've been in situations where there's a 99% chance that artist is not going to be able to play, and then they just make their set with 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late. And you don't even have to address it because it's just like you've just done it.
And if it's a rapper, everyone in the crowd is like, oh, you know, it's a rapper week, so you can be 5 minutes late.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
When it's a DJ, they've got to be on the minute.
Yeah. Oh my God, crazy. Okay, next one. I'm interested in this one. Have you ever been cancelled before?
I've been cancelled.
Really?
Well, no, I've been attempted.
Yeah, or close to being
attempted. No. Oh man, I far out. All you have to do is Google my name. So that taught me a lot getting through those tough moments, because I remember rolling into the industry and being like, oh, I'm just going to do everything with integrity and be nice and like, because the sometimes politics are crazy. Like, there's a couple of promoters that like really had it out to get me, like just failed promoters that were just like, you can only really put it down to jealousy, but like they like pulled up old photos. You know, I had a blackface situation when I was like 20. That, you know, they pulled up photos from like 15 years ago from a dress up party, made it look like my family and stuff were like racist online, like just like horrendous shit. And I remember, obviously I've dealt with this for so long that I know now, but like I remember thinking it was the end of my career.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I was with Azelle just going like, what do I even do here?
Definitely.
Because, you know, this is not who I am.
For sure.
Like heartbreaking, eh? Like, and cut a long story short, I learnt in that moment, and it's helped me out in future ones, where like, if you take accountability and you handle something right, I actually ended up with a better public perception of myself than I had before.
Yes.
It was, if you handle it correctly, you actually come out the other side even less cancelable.
Yeah. Such a good point though, like that authenticity, like being authentic about your apology and taking that accountability. Yeah. People, they understand we're all human.
Yeah.
Wow.
So everyone makes mistakes like that, but unfortunately in our game you're spotlighted because it's like, you know, it's just their dream to be like the Bay Dreams promoter.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, man, like I was 20.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that is crazy. Yep. That is a hell of a story. Okay, next one. I don't know if you might get cancelled for saying this.
Oh, God.
Has there been an artist that you regret booking?
I'm not going to get cancelled for this. I'm going to be very honest. I brought over the fake Biggie Smalls.
Wait, is it fake Biggie Smalls?
Jamal, don't say his name. I bought it. So the guy that played it in the movie.
Okay.
And obviously I'm like massive Biggie Smalls fan.
Yeah.
It felt like the closest thing I could get. And we brought this guy over. Okay. The guy forgot the lyrics to Juicy like during the set, whatever. I could get past that. He made me go buy him the most expensive bottles of champagne, but didn't drink them, sprayed them on the crowd. And this is me when I couldn't even afford to run the show, but I've got this guy spraying the $300 bottles of champagne. And he genuinely, like, the part that got me, he's like, Mitch, go get me this, go get me that. And the part that got me is he genuinely thought he was Biggie. Like, it was like, he's still stuck in character.
Oh my goodness.
So, screw that guy.
Wait, that's so iconic. I actually can't. That is so iconic. Okay, what's one thing you wish people understood about being a promoter?
That it's 10%. It's 10% what you see, and it's the 90% that you don't. It's the iceberg mentality of a business, and it's and I 100% would never change it, and I'm very, very grateful and blessed to be a promoter. But it's just the perception, like I just always laugh. Remember those memes that did the round where it's like what my mum thinks I do, what my friends think I do versus what I actually do. Yeah. Like you don't see me at midnight chatting to agents or arguing over the licensing agreement for Mardi Gras.
100%.
You turn up and see me dressed up at Mardi Gras. I think that's the dream.
Yeah, 100%.
So apart from that, I think it's just you have to be absolutely mentally wired for risk, and you have to just have. You will just not succeed unless you're willing to lose it all. Like, you have to accept that failure is a part of success.
100%. And that's why I feel like in the promoter game, there are a lot of people who come into it, but there aren't a lot of people who've been around for like that 20, 30 years. Because it is just such a crazy industry. Exactly. People are ruthless here, but I love this. Okay, so how come the Apex production was different to what was initially advertised?
That one's a little more simple, and I fully agree. I'd ask the same question, but it was the original Apex, and like the dream I had in the design was fully outdoors. It was actually fabricating like a waterproof structure that people could go around. Here's the thing, that's actually still the next step. Like that's still the Apex that we want to do. Yeah, so when we redesigned the pyramid to be indoors, we had the choice to ditch the fabrication because it doesn't need to be waterproof, and we had the choice to put all that money into the incredible like light show itself.
Lights were insane.
And people don't realize the amount of effort and budget and stuff that goes into that light performance. It took days of programming, and it was it was a polished indoor product.
It was.
Whether it's right or wrong, I think it really served a purpose, and I think the feedback we had from Apex was really good.
Yes.
But I think it's exciting in the same breath that I can still do the outdoor version. Yes. It's going to be very different.
Yeah, it's coming, guys. It's not that it's different, it's coming in the future. I'm excited for that.
Exactly. You need something to,
Exactly right. Okay, I love these. These are great. What's the worst excuse you've ever had from an artist for cancelling a show?
Worst excuse.
There's got to be some good ones from Bay Dreams. Bay Dreams artists.
Well, here's the thing though. They often will know that the reason is not the truth. So it's like, it's not that they're not going to tell us, hey, it's because I've got a better show offer at another event. What they'll do is say, hey, I've got like personal issues to deal with, and no one can question it.
Yes.
So there hasn't been much of that. There is a bit of that in the hip hop game. I've had artists, this is fully valid, but I've had like major artists cancel because the Grammys have, they've been nominated for a Grammy. All of a sudden it was conflicting with our dates. So sorry, I'm going to the Grammys,
Oh, wow.
But no, we're pretty fortunate from an audiology perspective with DJs. I feel like it's the most honest culture that I'm a part of. It's so cool, man. Like my mates, they're not gonna, and if they did, I'd be gutted. If they lied and they're like, hey man, and then I saw them on another post. We're like, come on, guys.
We can't do this to Mitch. And that's what's so good about the relationships you have built too, because there's also that personal element to it as well.
Yeah, you better turn up.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so what is a moment that you thought something was gonna flop, but it actually went off? Event-wise, artist-wise, show-wise.
It's funny, I can think of 25 examples of the reverse of that, where I thought it was going to smash it and it flopped.
That's the next one.
Oh, God. Man, I can tell a million stories of that. It's quite rare to have it the other way around, but what you do get, like let's say, I'm just going to use this as an example because it's rare, but a mate of mine, Sam, was on my ass, book Mackie G, book Mackie G, book Mackie. This is like at a bush stuff, then the next, he was always part of the bush stuff. At the next one, bro, you need to book Mackie G. Like, I promise you it will sell out. And I'm like, bro, people tell me this stuff all the time. Third bush stuff, bro, he's like, if you don't book Mackie G now, and I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to go do it. Low risk, pay the guy, like, a few grand or something and just get the shows locked in. Probably more to shut him up than to do anything. Okay, so now tour's been out. I can't even explain it. Like, instantly sold out every venue in like 3 seconds. It was like the ticketing companies. It was just like at a 300 cap venue, they would have 4,000 people trying to buy tickets. And then I was like, I remember just calling and being like, bro, you're actually right.
Yeah, well done.
We ended up shifting Mackie, doing double shows in cities, and then still bringing them back and selling out like
that's
thousands
crazy.
And thousands of tickets. So that's an example of where timing and like I guess just knowledge is power. Like it took someone to actually tell me that this guy is the next thing.
This could be my favorite question out of them all. What's the pettiest thing you've done as a promoter?
Do you know that I don't focus on things like that too much, but I'm definitely I get a little sense of enjoyment out of small things. Like there'll be like small little hidden nuggets that no one knows about. There were like, for example, that guy I said that that guy Tom and stuff that called me out originally and tried to like defame me basically. Did
we just drop the promoter's name? Who it was?
I can go his full name and address if you want. He's just an absolute flea bag. But anyway, they tried to run a show on the same night as me, and theirs like completely flopped, and they had to like publicly announce that, hey, we're not going to be back. Like, it's the end of the business. Blah, blah, blah. And because we're just so laser focused on like actually running successful events instead of playing those games, like we ended up in this position where we sold out that night. And, and I was just standing in my hotel room looking down at his empty site that had no people on it. And I'll often just, just like scan across and be like, I think I said like, a very quiet ending to a massive night for us. And it's like little. That's
so good.
I'm petty enough to do like little things that take 10 seconds, and it's so funny. But here's a good one for you. I once got told by this group of promoters that were bigger than me at the time, like, you're just a little grasshopper and you'll never amount to something.
Whoa.
And that was like,
that's like bullying.
And so that sent, this is like in like a debate of something.
Yeah.
You're a little grasshopper, you're never going to amount to anything. So I made my next festival tour, the Little Grasshopper Presents, and I presented the entire tour.
No way.
And I made a little grasshopper logo. And
that's iconic. Oh no, I think that's very iconic. Wow, that is crazy.
There we go.
Okay, we're making great time here. This next one, if you had unlimited budget, what is your dream show? Let's go like location, headliner, like capacity.
Oh.
Let's go 3 things.
Okay, the real answer is probably going to disappoint a lot of people, because I'd probably put like, from a personal point of view, I'd put like John Mayer into Red Rocks, but as in something I want to see. But that's not even unlimited budget. Like, unlimited budget would be bringing Tomorrowland to Queenstown.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's my dream show.
I like that. Is Red Rocks something like a dream that you'd want to do for audiology one day?
It's my dream venue.
Wow.
And we will do something there.
Whoa.
But it's but combining that with like just the history that I have and the love for like singer-songwriters and it's no secret that outside of drum and bass, so like, most of what I listen to and most of like the music that I'm really, really interested in is like actual songwriting itself.
Yeah.
But that's the complete opposite of what we do on the weekends, isn't it?
Is that your number 1 artist on Spotify? Is it John Mayer?
Always.
Is it?
Yeah. Cool. Well, no, at the moment it's the Wiggles.
Oh yeah.
Puffin Rock.
Oh my God.
And the Bluey album theme song.
Dad Life. That's crazy.
But it used to be. It used to be John Mayer.
Okay, this next one is my personal question. What's the most money you've ever lost on a show, tour, or festival?
760 grand.
What?
On one show.
One show?
Yep.
One single show?
Yeah, that was like almost like remortgage the house sort of vibes, because it was about 7-8 years ago, so it wasn't at a time where I could really, even now I couldn't afford to lose that. But but no, we're just a little smarter with the way we do things. But
was it the booking went wrong, the venue size? What?
Do you know what's heartbreaking with that one is, in my eyes, reversing that question you had earlier, ones that you just thought were going to absolutely pump and then flopped.
Yeah.
And like, out of respect for the act and stuff, I won't get into who it was, but I booked my childhood heroes, music that I grew up with, fully booked with the heart, didn't look at the stats. I just went, that's going to sell 15,000 tickets, and it sold like 6.
Wow.
And so when you play that game, you lose $1 million or you make $1 million. And that one, here's the part that's most disappointing. Artists are in this era of like nostalgia now, where now that it's 8 years later, they're bigger than they've ever been. So if I was to bring that same act out, it would actually sell.
You do the 15,000.
I was just early.
You're just hitting your time there on that one, Mitch.
That's timing.
That is crazy. Okay, I like this one. What keeps you up the night before a big event?
Nothing anymore. Nothing anymore.
Just Luke that one.
Yeah. I genuinely, because repetition creates comfort, right? Like, and because you know what you're doing, you know what you're going into, and it's like 17 years of just like, I used to stay up at night about like, is the door girl going to turn up on time? Like, you know, and now we've just got such a good team that like, what would keep me up would be more like around, are the artists all good? Like, are they hosted? Are they happy to be here? Have they been looked after? Oh shit, I forgot to invite them to that. Or like, I forgot to do one thing. And it's kind of, I know it's kind of lame, but it's like, we're in a point now where it would be pretty disappointing for us as a business if I was stressing over like the management of the
of course.
Luke and stuff are just so good that I shouldn't have to
pass the stress on.
pass it. But even he's
pretty good. He's pretty good about it.
Yeah, it's not even.
He's an absolute champ with handling all that. Okay, what is one thing tells you instantly that a show is going to be successful?
I'd almost in stages. So the bulletproof one that's undeniable is just first night of sales.
Yeah.
So in general, we know that if on the first night of sales, you do 1/3 of your ticket allocation, that shows a sellout, because obviously over time we've learnt the patterns. You know, I know that if we do 30% there, 30% during the maintenance phase, and 30% will always happen in that last week or two. So that's a sellout. But if you do 70% of your tickets on the first night, you're like, shit, this is actually bigger than we thought, and I can upgrade the venue. But so sales are like the bulletproof black and white, you know, we're there. But taking that a few steps back, I mean, you know, with the socials, we've learned how to gauge the reactions of certain things. Like it's not there's not exact maths to this, but like if something just gets 5,000 comments and you're like, shit. Like,
here we go.
Or you just said before, the teaser we did is popping off.
Yeah.
So now I already feel that tour is going to work. I don't even need to see the first
I was even looking at the venues, I'm like, I kind of feel like he might sell that out and it's crazy. He's really on the come ups at the moment. Okay, fantastic. Yes. Right. Oh, this is an interesting one. We get this quite a lot. Why does Audiology not bring much dubstep tour acts to New Zealand?
That really cuts me deep, man.
Yeah,
it cuts me deep.
That's your OG, isn't it?
Audiology was built on dubstep, man. You got to go back to 2009 and look who was bringing over all the big dogs. You know, it was for 3 or 4 years. But the short answer to that is like we can only tour what's sustainable.
Yes.
We've got heaps of 140 stuff coming through for the likes of Ultra, because you can place it in there and it works. But if you're talking about headlines, like, you know, we've got the Nightmare Show in Auckland. We do bits and pieces, but it's not. It's just, you just got to understand the market. Like any of these acts can go to arenas in America. They come here and they can do 500 tickets. Do you think that for the 500 ticket fee that we can give them, that they really want to fly 12 to 20 hours? Unfortunately not, unless you can tie it in. Like, we always put dubstep on the second stage of Mardi Gras. We've got it at Ultra. We do it where we can. But unfortunately, that's the reality. I love it, which is why that hurts. Yeah,
no, definitely. And look, everything's based off demand, guys. So if you're listening to this and all your mates love dubstep, show up to the shows, fill those stages up at festivals, because we base everything off what you guys want to see.
And I 100%, like, this is just trialed and tested, but like, what you get in these niches is people that are super, super passionate and they're super vocal, but unfortunately, a lot of the time, there's 100 of you. Yeah. And so every dubstep show I've put on, none of them have ever just sold out instantly. They're a hard slog, but we do it for you guys. Like, there's no other reason to do some of those like club shows. For sure. Right, 1 minute to go, and the final question in the Mitch Lowe 20-minute quickfire questions is, can you give us an exclusive look into something coming out for Audiology that only people listening to this episode will know? Yeah, I want to. I think for this, I'm going to use our February tour, which is 99% locked in, so don't hold it against me if something happens. But we'll be touring the only major drum and bass artist that we've never toured before. And if anyone can piece that, it shouldn't be hard to
My
piece that
clogs
together.
are turning in my head here. I think I know who it is.
I think you've got it.
Oh, that's major.
Again, isn't it funny that 17 years, probably 14 years of touring drum and bass, there's one act that we haven't toured that's even at that level that we've been doing, and we just want to show what's possible when the right promoter's in there, and it'll be
crazy.
So we're going to go above and beyond.
With some research on that, guys, I think you can figure out pretty easily who that is. So let us know in the comments who you think that might be.
Oh, no.
But I really enjoyed this episode. That was fun, quick fire, really cool answers there. So
awesome.
Thank you for that. Mitch is off to a lunch now, so
yeah,
we'll end the episode there.
Thanks for not grilling me too much. I mean, it was good.
Okay, well, next round, guys, let's give him some harder ones.
That was good. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.